Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to inspire a world where food makes us better. Guys, my name is Angela Shurina. I'm a certified nutritionist, health, nutrition, fitness coach. I help people like you to change eating and supporting lifestyle habits to feel, do, and look your absolute best. Because guys, guess what? You deserve no less than absolute best. I'm talking in rhymes today. My brain must be on fire. And guys, by the way, did you enjoy our episode on Tuesday that we did with Coach John? All about weight loss and how it's in our head. And it all depends on how well our brain works, because it doesn't matter if you know how many calories in this food or in that food, or carbs or sugars, or you should do this or that or exercise more often. It doesn't matter what you know unless you know how to work with your brain, unless your brain works well enough to actually make you do things that are important for you, that are good for your long term. Guys, the reason why I'm switching and transitioning to more and more talk about nutrition for a highly productive, for a well-functioning brain is because, guys, healthy brain is what keeps you fit and healthy and happy. A well-functioning brain, a brain that is not inflamed, that doesn't go through the stress of having to rely on rapid blood sugar fluctuations, high and low, high and low, high and low, that actually kills your brain cells, your nerve cells, right? When your blood sugar goes through these fluctuations, it actually kills your brain cells. Healthy brain, healthy fit brain, it's going to help you to marry your short-term things, the things that you want to do now, with your long-term goals that will change your overall well-being, how happy and well and satisfied you feel in your life, with your life, right? A healthy brain will help you to not just go with your impulses, like, I want this chocolate right now, like, Angela, let's eat the whole bag of cookies. No, your brain will actually, a well-functioning brain with a well-functioning prefrontal cortex, this is the part that only we humans, a couple of other primates, have it developed, but only we have it developed to this degree. This frontal, part of your brain, it will also compare it to your long-term goals, to your personality, to your identity, and will tell you, and also it will analyze your past experience and will tell you, okay, Angela, you might want to eat this whole bag of cookies, but we know that tomorrow morning you'll wake up and you're going to regret it. We know that this bag of cookie, it is not aligned with who you are, with your long-term goals. Yeah, we know it tastes really good for a few minutes. So let's be honest, it's just a few minutes. But then tomorrow, your energy gonna be all over the place. Your stomach gonna feel like shit. You're not gonna be in any capacity to do your best work. Your fitness, the one that you cherish so much, that you enjoy so much, it's also gonna be compromised. If every so often you're gonna be eating a whole bag of cookies. It's not even your identity. When your brain functions really well, and especially the frontal part of your brain, that's the talk you're going to experience. And more often than not, you're going to make the choice that is better for your long term, because your brain knows that long term is more important than this bag of cookies in front of you. I'm talking about well-functioning brain, right? When all of the parts of your brain are working the way they're supposed to work, when your brain can actually limit your emotions, not so much limit, but to manage them, right? It's not good for you to follow every impulse and emotion and every single thought to act on impulse at the moment without thinking it's through. These are the way of working of brain that is not developed, that is not well functioning, that might be stressed, that might be again inflamed because of all the toxins that you might be consuming in foods, and also stress management increases inflammation. And so that kind of brain, that will make you eat cookies and make you overweight and will make you unhappy overall with the course of your life, right? And so when you take care of your brain, when you feed it the right way, then all your other goals, weight loss, fitness, career, they're gonna get so much easier, because that's just what the brain does. It makes sure that you are well long term. And that's why I'm focusing more and more on brain nutrition, because what keeps your brain healthy and fit and happy, gonna keep you healthy and fit and happy. What's good for the brain is good for the body. And I'm talking long term. And also, a well-functioning brain will always make decisions that you are proud of. And those kind of decisions will build the person, the life that you want to be. And so let's talk a little bit more about practicality of brain nutrition. Today, let's talk about protein-rich foods that are especially great for your brain. Not all protein-rich foods are created equal when it comes to brain nutrition. So today we're talking about the most the brainiest protein sources that I eat every day. I change them, and I recommend to all of you to include these foods that you can find almost in any place on earth, to include these foods, if not every day, then every other day for sure. So number one, fatty fish. And I'm not just talking about salmon or sardines. By the way, tuna is not that fatty. It's like if you look at tuna, it doesn't even have that much fat. I don't know, maybe some part of it have like maybe bellies, but most tuna is actually very dry. It doesn't have that much fat. So fatty fish, not just salmon, not just sardines, actually herring, mackerel, they have much more omega-3 fatty acids, specifically DHA, that is super important for our brain. Our brain cells, our nerve cells, they need that fat. Well, we need that fat to build them, to actually build them. And when we don't have them, we are going to end up with some neurological problems. And they're important for learning, for memory. And when we don't have enough of them, the brain is going to be really, really unhappy. Again, anything from problems with learning to memory to mood to mental state to depression and anxiety. And so fatty fish, the more the better. And, people ask me sometimes, can I just take fish oil? For omega-3 fatty acids, yeah, you can. But fatty fish, as you can guess, it's not just fat. It's also protein that your brain, by the way, needs to create all kinds of chemicals to function well. But it also a lot of minerals and vitamins. Like, did you know that fatty fish is super rich in vitamin D, the richest source of food in vitamin D? And there is vitamin E and sometimes also vitamin A and a whole range B vitamins, and minerals. If you eat your sardines with bones, like as they come in cans, then you also get a bunch of iodine and calcium, and every fish can be a little bit different, but a lot of stuff that also support your brain function. So fish oil, I recommend you to eat fish, because in fish there are all these other vitamins and minerals that support your brain function, right? Whereas fish oil is just fish oil. That's it. So eat whole foods, because also there are compounds, guys, that we yet to discover, and you never know what you're missing out on when you eat a supplement. That's why whole foods always come first. The second, I actually think this is my favorite brainy foods. Chicken liver. It has like all of the B vitamins. It's a great source of complete protein. It's quite low in calories, depending on the chicken though. Sometimes it gets fattier, but usually it's a lean kind of protein, more or less. It has essential omega-6 fats in the best possible most absorbable form that is so important. Everything from hormonal health to cellular communication, to brain health, to immune health, so many things. To think like how likely you are to get out of your comfort zone and more likely to approach new challenges in life. That's how it's important. And then chicken liver has vitamin A, super important for your eyes, the health of your eyes, for your immune system. And there is iron that is super important for energy creation. And we know how thirsty the brain is for energy and for oxygen that is carried by red blood cells that are made with iron that liver is rich on. So chicken liver, it delivers so much brain boosting nutrients that it's impossible to beat it. They even make capsules when you dehydrate chicken liver and other organ meats. They dehydrate them in powder and put them in pills. That's how amazing these, like chicken liver and other kind of livers, but specifically chicken liver has quite a unique profile. So it is amazing. So at least once a week, I recommend you to eat organ meats. And guys, when you learn how to cook it, it tastes amazing. It has this really rich flavor profile. And if you need, some ideas on how to cook them in Southeast Asia, for example, they make chicken liver barbecues, on those small steaks that are amazing, quite tasty, especially if you put your favorite, sauce on it or eat with your favorite vegetables. Chicken livers, amazing source of nutrients. Again, hard to beat. I don't even know any other food that has so much nutrition, especially for your brain. Then we have eggs that are rich sources of protein and a lot of vitamins and minerals, but specifically it's the richest source in this, sometimes they call it another B vitamin. It's a chemical called choline, and choline is essential to create this state of focused alertness, focused attention that is needed to learn, to make memories. Choline is important for rapid eye movement, sleep, where we create all the connections between all the different ideas and experiences in our lives. It boosts creativity. It's amazing for mental health. And again, other than from whole eggs, it's really hard to get sufficient amounts in any other foods. That's just the reality of it. That's why eat eggs more often, especially for breakfast and especially with yolks, because all the goodness, guys, in yolks, not in whites. And then the last but not least, shellfish, especially things like clams, mussels, oysters, crab meat. They are super rich in minerals. They have omega-3s, great sources of lean protein, a lot of B vitamins and other vitamins. Again, very, very nutrient dense, specifically dense in nutrients that are important for our brain. And so these 4 protein sources, they are not your regular protein sources. Definitely not compared nowhere near to, pea protein or whatever the next plant-based thing is. These are brain boosting, really rich in nutrition sources of protein. I tell you even more, most of the time, unless I really feel like I want to have a steak, I consider muscle meat, like steak or chicken breast. I consider it a waste of my protein, because protein with these foods, fatty fish, eggs, chicken liver, shellfish, protein in these foods deliver so much more than just protein, especially for our brain. From omega-3 fatty acids, EPA, DHAs, to B vitamins, to iron, to basically all of the vitamins, right? Compared to something like meat, it does also have vitamins and nutrients, but in much less amounts, fewer, numbers than these other 4 very powerful protein sources. So if you really want to feed your genius brain that keeps you healthy and fit and helps you to make the best possible decisions long term, then these are the kinds of proteins I want you to focus on. Again, I rarely, if ever, eat muscle meat because I prefer to eat also all of the other nutrients with my protein source. So again, it's fatty fish and not just salmon, salmon, and tuna is not that fatty. It's shellfish, it's whole eggs, it's chicken liver. So a little bit of eating guidance. So fatty fish, I eat it 4 or 5 times a week. Sometimes it's a can of sardines, sometimes a piece of salmon. Eggs, 2-3 eggs a day. Chicken liver, at least once a week, sometimes twice. Shellfish, at least once a week, but more often than not, a couple of times per week. Canned clams, for example, a very convenient way to eat those. Also canned sardines, pre-boil a lot of eggs, also making it very, very convenient. So pre-boil, pre-cook, get some canned seafood, and you can eat these nutritious sources of protein every single day. And look into organ meats, guys, it's amazing. At least get some capsules of organ meats from some pastured animal. That's it for today, guys. I've been rambling a lot about the brain nutrition, and best protein sources for your genius brain. So now it's your time to act. Guys, get one of each of these: fatty fish, chicken liver, shellfish, and eggs, and at least once this week, eat one of these, right? And figure out how you can start liking them, because your brain will thank you for it, and you'll make the best decisions of your life. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please use the link in the show notes to put your question in the very simple one question form. Put your question there. I'm gonna get back to you with the best possible answers. Share this episode with another person, maybe in your household, who does all the cooking, because they are the providers of your brain boosting meals. So share this episode. And as usual, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. And till next time, eat better daily.